analyzing a script. And what it's called is script coverage. And what it tries to do is look at the good and bad points of a script. Not only that, it's a kind of cheat sheet for producers to know, is this a script we should fund? Is this a script I should look further at? What's the potential, I guess, is the essence of it. What's the potential of this script? And it was important to look at the fundamentals, like who is the protagonist? Does the protagonist stand out? If it's a comedy, is it funny? Does it work on all kinds of levels? And not only just the protagonist, it has to look at the fundamentals of reaching a goal, having obstacles in its place, put in their place, so people have to be stopped from reaching their goals. The goals have to be clear. So I'm listening to all of this and trying to analyze my script and realizing I need to work on my script a lot more. As I'm trying to analyze this script, I'm trying to understand how we can approach looking at scripts so we can therefore look at our own scripts. So not only do I need to work on my script, but it was amazing looking at this guy's story. It was a comedy, and there were about 10 people in our writers group, so we all had a stab at it. And we also had a professional analyst come, a script coverage person who's also, I believe, a producer in LA, looking at the analysis that we gave, our script summaries, our synopsis, our log line. Log line is basically a one or two sentences that kind of encapsulate what's the story about. We also learned a thing called comps. So comps is comparisons. So it's Shark Boy meets The Office, or it's The Office meets so-and-so. And one thing we learned about the comps, if they're used, is each producer likes a certain style. Some producers do not want the film compared to anything. But if we do have to compare it, and the producers are very busy, we are told, so they don't have time to read scripts. So that's what the script coverage is for. And if it's not done in a professional level, the producer's just not going to deal with us, and they're not going to look at the script. So we have to go out of the gates really being able to understand what works in a script quickly. So that means that if I'm writing something, my writing is going to be analyzed quickly. People do not have time to look at scripts and decide that, oh, well, it has potential. We were very kind to this guy, but what we need to do is really look at the nuts and bolts of the script. Are the characters clear? Is the story clear? Are there typos? What's the professional level? What's the script summary? If you can put everything in a nutshell, what can we say the script is about in a paragraph? How can we summarize the main parts of the script in a paragraph? For 10 pages, put in a paragraph. So having this skill of script coverage is really, really good to help understand other people's scripts. And therefore, it got me thinking I need to go back and really work on my script and really see how can I improve my script. And by the way, I'm here in Japan, so I don't know if you can see the Japanese trains. Yeah. So how can I look at my scripts and make them better, where my characters have clear goals? I have a protagonist. This is the main person who's driving my story. And what are the roles of the characters? Are they antagonists? Are they hurting my character? And of course, while my character has goals, what are the stumbling blocks prevented him or her from getting in the way or getting towards their goals? So watching this guy's script and seeing where he's saying, I need to work on this, I need to work on that, and having the group analyze it, it really was food for thought. It scared me so much, and maybe it was my aha moment where I was looking at my script and trying to say, well, I need to work on bringing my characters to life, and what I have needs to be analyzed. So on my train ride to work, I started rewriting a dialogue scene. I had my script divided into sections, but I realized that's a movie, and I need to focus on a pilot, something that people want to read and not put down, something that is going to be a page turner. So again, I worked on the train ride back home, and the train ride back home, I was able to churn out about 5 or 6 pages. 5 or 6 pages on the way there. There was about 11 pages. This morning I started to rewrite. So as William Goldman said, writing is rewriting. And I'm hoping I can go through my scripts and kind of give them script coverage and make them better. It's going to take some work, but today I'm going to try to stay off social media. My students at the university told me one of their biggest handicaps for getting work done is being on social media. So I'm going to try my best to keep everything offline except this video and try to get some work done. So it's middle of the week and I don't have any exact engagements. Of course, things come up, and I think turning your phone off to get work done is good. And another piece of advice from Kobe Bryant is get up early to get your work done. And this really helps get more work done. In the daytime, it's not even 8 o'clock yet, but I can get a lot of work written already. And then by noontime, I'll have a lot more work written. So I'm going to try my best to use this day to write, break down my story. I have to kind of go back to the skeleton of the story. What's the main idea? And I'm really finding a lot of things there. And I think yesterday's scare or my aha moment really got me to think I need to work harder. I need to professionally approach my work, not just write every day, but professionally approach it how professionals are going to analyze scripts. They're going to analyze mine. If I don't make people happy within the first few pages or make my story clear, I am going to have my stories discarded, and I can't give up. I'll just keep writing, but the stories that they are reading that are going to be covered, I need them to be page turners. And I'm hoping this aha moment yesterday, just looking at someone else's work, was enough for me to just put more work into the work before I submit it. So before this group has a chance to look at it, and if they look at this particular piece of work, I want them to see something a lot better than I've envision it to be at this point. I want it to be something spectacular. They can't put it down. They can't stop talking about it. And when someone's doing script coverage and they can't stop talking about a script, they're going to tell their friends. It's going to get passed around town. This is the Hollywood way. And they want to tell their producer boss, you've got to read this. I know you gave me those scripts to read, but this one really stands out for the type of work that you're doing. And another thing with producers, you have to know what they like in script coverage. Do they like comps? Again, comps are comparisons between It's the Office meets such and such. And I was told something in comps when you're doing comparisons is compare opposite things. Don't say It's the Office meets something similar. You want to go, it's Sharknado meets The Office. Those are two completely different types of films, and that's the comparison you should use. And some producers, or if not a lot of them, do not like comparisons. They want to just have the analysis. So you have to know the producer that you're doing the script coverage for, what type of things they like to look for, and see if that's in the script, and then professionally analyze the script. So I have a lot of work to do, so I'm hoping this day off away from social media will help get me rolling. Thank you for watching. And here's our Japanese train. Yay! Okay, thank you. Thank you. Dun, dun, dun. See you. Okay, let's see. Okay.